Alright, let's talk about body substance isolation, standard precautions, and personal protective equipment. In medicine, it's basically death by acronym, so personal protective equipment is typically abbreviated PPE. Body substance isolation is abbreviated BSI. Standard precautions are just standard precautions, basically wearing gloves, washing your hands. Sort of the same general thing that you're going to do anytime you go on like an EMS call or have a patient contact. The reason I'm making this video is I see people do really dumb stuff with gloves, and I want to kind of like do a practical example of what you should be thinking about. So I've got my gloves here. These are nitrile. Color doesn't really matter. Nitrile is basically more hypoallergenic, and it seems that your hands sweat a lot less in nitrile versus something like vinyl. So I'm going to put on my glove. Got my glove on. This is basically a barrier. It's a second skin, right? Now, this is what we would call a fomite. It is a contaminated surface. In this case, it's contaminated with ketchup. So, I grab this fomite, this contaminated cup, and oh no, I have contamination on my glove. What I've been seeing people do, they don't think about this. You touch a contaminated thing with your glove is now contaminated. Now I touch something that's not contaminated. Oh no, now this is also a fomite. So think about that. When you touch something that's contaminated with like a respiratory droplet, somebody's been coughing and sneezing all over an object, your glove is now contaminated. It's contaminated, you touch other things, those are contaminated. This is not some sort of magical germ and virus killing force field, right? So you need to think about that. If you are wearing gloves and you go touch your door handle is now contaminated. That's why I've got this decon room set up so that whenever I come in from outside, I take off everything and I'm no longer touching clean surfaces with contaminated gloves. Likewise, when you go to pull off your glove, the outside now is contaminated. So what do? Well, you pull from the very top of the glove over here, you pinch it, and when you pull it off, the glove turns inside out. Maybe that's not the best demonstration how to do that, but there's tons of YouTube videos on various ways to remove gloves, putting barbecue sauce, ketchup, things like that on them, and making sure you can take it off without getting that all over your hands. But the main thing that I want to hammer down on is the gloves are not magical. The glove is just a barrier. It's just a second skin. You touch something nasty, the outside of that glove is now nasty. You touch other objects, they're nasty too. So please keep that in mind, okay?